Well, guys, I got a little video put together for you today. We had a couple things we wanted done in our house, a few little renovations, so we reached out and had a friend recommend her husband, who was in the contracting business. I'm not going to mention any names, but didn't really know the gentleman. But when he came by and took a look at things, gave a quote and all that, he seemed like a pretty good guy. And I had some pretty high expectations. But anyway, we started to run into a few problems, and it seemed to be getting a little worse to the point that we finally decided that we would not continue with the contractor. The renovation amount was quoted at around $18,000 or so. Once they got started, the contractor needed weekly draws for labor, expenses, and stuff like that, up until the point that we got the full $18,000 paid. And let's take a look at what we got. So first of all, I'm going to back up and show you, this is our kitchen, as you can see. So there was some tile there, and not sure why they pulled that up right off the bat. The jobs we needed done were up there. The bathroom was to a little remodel up there, not the tub or any of that stuff. Just take some wallpaper down the floor, a vanity, that kind of stuff. There was a demo of a small wall. I'll show you that here in a minute. And then this dining room had wallpaper on it. So we want to just take the wallpaper down, smooth up the walls, and we're going to put a light up here. But the contractor decided that, it'd be better to do puck lights. I think that's what you call them. And which I agree. I do like indirect lighting, and I think those would have been nice. I don't know. I can see a few problems. I mean, cut the hole on one of the floor joists there, so I don't know if that's a problem. I don't know how shallow the little light is, but anyway, let's go take a look at the bathroom right quick, and because that is that was the turning point for me on this job. So I'm going to pause here. We're going to go check this bathroom. Okay, here's our upstairs bathroom. This was my fiance, my girlfriend fiance. Her bathroom, mine was downstairs. All she wanted done was a vanity and the floor. Hush, dog. There was a small wall right here. I'll show you. So what you had on this side was like a makeup counter, and then a sink, and then the toilet. So this really was a pivotal moment for me. They started work on this, but at the same time they were working downstairs, here, downstairs. I mean, no real strategy to the job that I could see. The first thing to me, I would knock this bathroom out, because it was like two or 3 weeks this bathroom was not usable. So I don't really understand why that wasn't done first, but I'm not a contractor. Here's a couple of things I'd like to point out. So they went in and just kept tearing sheetrock out and insulation. It's hotter than crap up here now. That is a vent fan. Well, it had a heater and a fan. And so I don't know why they decided to go back with a vent fan. And then you have this monstrosity of holes and wiring over here. That's not good. There were 2 lights, but they decided to take one down. I don't know, maybe to match the vanity. Because I can tell you right now, those holes do not match the sinks on the vanity. And to me, they should. So I don't know what in the world's going on there. And then they had these humongous mirrors, both of them. I don't know how big they are, but about 36 inches tall, 2.5 feet wide, so 5 feet of mirrors, and by, I don't know, 36 inches high, awfully big for that little bathroom. I think the old mirrors are here, yeah. So there was your main bathroom mirror, and then the vanity side of the bathroom. There's the second light. I guess it's not going to be used, but we, as non-contractors, it was easy enough for us to go to Lowe's and find a vent fan with heat. It was right there on the shelf. So I don't understand. I'm not a contractor. I'm going to say it again, but I would have put it in the middle, because that would be my primary light, and then I would have secondary lighting for just over each sink, or one light for the whole vanity. But that would, either way, I don't know. Still not sure about the vanity. I don't really have a problem with the vanity. I think it's a nice vanity. Got one like it downstairs in my other bathroom. Got a little bit of a gap there, and there's a significant gap between here and the toilet, which I'm not really a problem with. I don't know aesthetically if that's okay. Anybody watching this video, let me know in the comments what you think, what should be done. I think it is a good place for a trash can, and maybe a place to put something to hold the toilet paper, that kind of thing. I don't understand all the switches, and maybe that was temporary, but these look like new switches to me. When to me, you should have used that kind. That will control the light, the heat, and the vent on the fan itself. And then you'd have one other switch that would control whatever lighting you got there. I'm not understanding all these holes, and it's like, what is all this? I would have one box with 2 sets of switches in it and an outlet maybe. So whatever it takes, to fix that, that's what I would have done. Like I said, I'm no contractor. So all that was done up here was removal of this wallpaper. You see a little bit down there. Knock out this little wall here. Pull out the old fixtures. We weren't even going to replace the toilet, but I don't know if that's a new toilet or not. I don't think it is. But the problem, here's what got me. They had this completely cleaned in demo. And I think the contractor felt like he was so behind. My fiance was out of town, and she's expecting to see some work done. He puts all this flooring in, puts the toilet back in, sets this vanity up just to give the appearance of completion. Now, he said it was just so she could see how it was going to look, but we didn't really want it to be set up, I didn't think. I think we just wanted it done. I do see a big problem. Got a very white vanity top, and got a very brown, I think that's called LVT. So it's waterproof flooring, I guess. But I don't get that part. But the fact that they put this back together, wasted all that time, worked till 9 and 10 o'clock at night on a couple times, just to give the appearance of work done. I'm like, just get the work done. Don't give the appearance of getting work done. Get the work done, and we don't have to worry about the appearance of work done. The work itself speaks. So this really got me, all that time wasted, because all of this will have to be pulled back out. It's incomplete. I mean, why would you set the toilet temporarily? It just doesn't make any sense. So that really got me right there. So that was the pivotal moment for the whole job for me. And a couple other things I'm going to show you here in a minute. So, and like I said, the tub was nothing was going to be done with the tub. So no tile work, just basic LVT flooring, paint, that kind of thing. But, it just kept getting worse. Holes were getting bigger and bigger. And I'm like, my God, you just had a tiny little wall there, and to put that in, now look at the size of this hole. I'm like, what are you doing? And then making all these holes for one light, then 2 lights, then 1 light. Come on, man. It just ain't going. So let's go back downstairs. So I'm going to start from up here. So right here we have, this was a very weird design feature in this house. And I'm going to show you, they had this cabinet coming out at an angle into the, whatever you want to call this space, kind of the living room. And it looks bad now, and I'm sorry, folks, but it is pretty junked up because we're kind of in limbo here. But, so this weird cabinet coming out with some tile, which, you know, so we're going to build this, and God help me if somebody could tell me what it would be called, but a little entrance, like a tiny little hallway, maybe 2 feet, to divide the kitchen area up from the living room area and dining room. So, and then this top here would be sealed off. So I think it had a really good vision, and then I thought about some puck lights in right there. I think, in my mind, it would look pretty good. But as you can see, I'm not sure what's going on with this framework, because that is offset more than that side. I don't know why you would do that. In fact, not even sure why this would not be flush, or at least the thickness of sheetrock, because I would want a smooth wall coming out. I have no idea what's going on. It's bewildering. So let's walk on down here. Another thing I want to point out is the sheetrock dust everywhere in this house. Like, you know, they finally put some plastic down and started covering it up, but man, I don't know who does that. I would think you would vent it more. All of this stuff here would not take precedent over your bathroom. Like, your bathroom should be maximum attention and focus. So the contractor had a couple of people here. One guy, I think, that knew what he was doing, and the second guy was nice. You know, but I don't think any of them had contractor's license. In fact, I don't even think our contractor has a contractor's license. We can't find it. Looks like his LLC has expired a year ago. You know, so there's a lot of alarms going off at this point. The main guy that was helping him just disappeared, and everybody, he does this kind of thing, you know, goes camp. I mean, kind of a weird story, but we actually tracked that guy down and talked to him, and he said that he was really disappointed about how much we were getting charged. That was way over what it should be, and he felt like that his boss was hurting his reputation, and he did not want to work for him, and he said that this particular contractor had numerous people with the same kind of problems, and that he was probably going to find himself in court with 4, 5, 6, 7 other people. So I'm like, oh my gosh, great. So this is a friend, the husband of a friend, that recommended this to us. And I'm not mentioning any names because I'm not trying to smear them publicly, which it would be easy to do. I mean, they already are getting a bad rep. So there's already a lot of people know, and I swear to God, I wished I'd have known, but before we got 18K deep. So as you can see, we have sheetrock dust all over the place. But some things you shouldn't do. You shouldn't hire a hockey player from Russia that's here without a work visa to come over and do work on people's houses. Because I'm like, is he insured? Does he have a contracting license? What if he gets hurt? What if he damages something? Oh, well, no problem. So I don't really get all the, it's kind of like they're working the job backwards here. So, in fact, let's talk about this. So let me move over to this. I'll show you this cabinet that came out of this spot. So here's the base. So that was sitting at an angle coming into the living room or pointing towards the staircase. Kind of weird. Very weird, in fact. And then that was the top. So, of course, they broke that. So I guess we'll have to get that fixed. Have a piece of glass cut, but all right, well, that's the first thing that got broke, but it ain't the last thing. So let's go look at the last thing that got broke. So right here there was a little wall, and that cabinet sat there, and then there was tile. I think. God Almighty, it's almost getting to the point I can't even remember what the hell we had. But so I was very confused about, how's this going to be fixed? We got this huge gap in the wood. So the thermostat wire, well, I don't know if it ran there or not, but what it did, it came up out of this hole. Now we relocated it over here. That was the goal. On the end of the wire was just a small little plug with little set screws. All you had to do is take a picture of it so you know how to put it back, and then you could pull the wire out and relocate it right up in this wall. Piece of cake. Well, what did they do? They decided to drill, I guess the way it looks was some kind of wood bit bouncing around, drilled right into the harness, shorted out our HVAC system. Crawled under the house, tried to fix it, couldn't fix it. Well, we called Timmy Hill at V&H in Woodlawn, close to Galax. Came over, 2 service calls, found a fuse, fixed the fuse. There was a relay as well. So there was 2 service calls had to be made 2 separate days. Got it fixed. And V&H, I highly recommend them. They do a good job. It's probably the 3rd thing that I've had done with them and other locations too. So you see, we decided that, it's just a big problem. We didn't like the way things were going, getting concerned about the help, lack of tools. Like, that's our little fan over there. That's my platform. They have some tools, but it's like, I don't know. That's the shower curtain from the shower upstairs, which I don't know why it was even taken down or it's even laying here, but it's just kind of weird. So another thing that concerned me too, let me turn on the kitchen light. And this is, I'll tell you what we're dealing with. So there was right here, I went around over there, was an oak board. And it's oak, solid oak board. We had some antiques and stuff sitting there. Now, I do not know why they took it all the way around the perimeter down. Over here, when this wall was going that way, that was into that area a little bit, and I could understand that, taking that part down. But the biggest thing that disturbs me the most, it was thrown into the dump trailer in the driveway, and I was like, oh my gosh, why are you throwing it away? So my fiance actually dug it out, and we're like, man, what were you going to do here? Just tear more stuff down and keep charging us? I mean, you can see, like, why'd you even take it down? I don't know. I would have just cut it flush or cut it at an angle or something right here, or maybe even go to here and stop it. But anything, but not take the whole thing down and then who throws a finished oak board just into the trash like that? It was just stuff like that. We couldn't deal with it anymore. So we gave good terms. We said, we'll pay you for what work you've done. And you can, the balance that we've already paid you, we'll let you make that back in installments as easy as possible. And we thought that would be a good deal. So our offer was, and don't quote me on this legally, but somewhere in the neighborhood of like $5,000 for the work done, which is incredibly generous. I have 2 friends that are into the build high-end homes, like $1 million homes, and I just gave them a rundown of what was going on here. And they said, well, it looks to me like minimum you got about $2,500 worth of labor. So for that price, the contractor said, well, he's going to get the vanity. We're not keeping the vanity. Okay. Well, you can keep your vanity, but $5,000 for some wallpaper removal, some sanding, some basic sheetrock work, punching holes in the ceiling that weren't there before, but they're there now. A little demo up there. Of course, this crazy bit of demo and the addition of a few studs, which aren't even, which will have to come down. They're not even the correct. Pulled up all our flooring instead of just leaving it so we could walk in and out and at least work. I don't know. This would be the last thing you would do. But they decided to lawyer up instead. and it's just stupid. I mean, from what I understand, this contractor is about 5 jobs down, you know, getting money from one job to pay things on another job, just completely upside down. We tried peaceful resolution. They wanted to get a lawyer. Okay, so now that's where we're at. But I'm gonna start cleaning all this crap up. I thought I would at least do a little video to kind of like a PSA, man. Make sure you vet everybody that comes into your house or charges you for money or does anything, especially your friends, because, you know, they're not gonna be your friends much longer. But anyway, I hope this helps, and we're right at 20 minutes, and I've already made one video, but I didn't like it, so I'm making another one. So here you go, man. Just be careful out there. Money's tight. Don't waste it.